Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Does Something. Canje plays, Canje unboxes, Canje just rolls badly. Welcome to another round of Canje plays, and today we're going to be getting into the unboxing of Nemesis Lockdown by Awakened Realm Games. This box has been sitting on my floor since it arrived earlier this week. Haven't touched it, got it scheduled. The Awakened Realms tape is still on it, so it's fresh for me and you. Hey Kate, what's going on? It's like I haven't seen you all day. So welcome. Pull up a chair. So we're gonna get into this unboxing. We'll talk about the components, pop them open, see what they're like. I don't know what to expect in this box. Like I said, it's right here on the side, so I keep looking at it, but I have not. It arrived. I picked it up, put it on floor, and I haven't touched it. So I'm very curious as to what's inside and how it's going to play. I love the original Nemesis. I think it's a lot of fun that this is, the next step in that. I'm super excited about it. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Pull up a chair. So let's get some information, and then we'll get down to unboxing stuff. Alrighty, so Nemesis Lockdown, it delivered is it last week if it's Saturday? It delivered this week? It delivered Wednesday. It came at my door on Wednesday, so it's delivering now to backers. So it's saying 2021, 366 people. I've only played base Nemesis and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, me too. I enjoyed base Nemesis. The expansion to it, the Aftermath one, is a lot of fun too. So it's being delivered now, but of 366 people who rated it since it delivered, they gave it an 8.6. 1 to 5 player community says best play 2 to 5. Of course, I do solo where I'd play 2 characters. 90 to 180 minutes playtime. Average age 12 plus, but community says 14 because there's a lot of stuff that might not be fit for kids. Not any nudity or anything weird, but just more the tone and the theme might be just a little bit too graphic. Weight about a 3.47 out of 5. That's curious. So it's a heavily weighted game, but it's Nemesis, so it's fun. Designed by Adam Kopinski, a great group of artists that worked on it, and published by Awakened Realms. So cool. I'm excited to see what's in this thing. I know you all are. So let's head down to the table and see what this looks like. So like I said, it was in front of me. As you can see me pull it, you'll see it just kind of slowly appear like right here on my screen. So you get a sense of where cameras are. But I've covered it up, and as you can see, the tape is still on here. I can dig at it. I didn't mess with it at all. I didn't pull tape off and put it back on. I haven't touched it. So we're going to dig into this bad boy and have a good time. I got my handy dandy X-Acto to open this up. And let's see. I don't have like those nice, I don't know. Different content creators have different stuff that they use. There we go. Okay. So I might rip the box at some point. That's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Alright, there we go. We got it open. Everything is all right. Okay. Their usual covering. And usually they hide stuff in here, so I just want to make sure. So the lockdown stretch goals are in here. We're going to take a look at those. I'll put that to the side. It looks like we've got the game. Oh my gosh, this game is huge. Okay. The game is huge. Anything else in there? No, that's it. Alright, let's get this box out of here, which was, half of it was the game itself. Alright, there, that's the size of it. And look, it's got lift, whatever. It's got lip lift, hard word to say, which means that the components in it, you still can't close it completely on there. So you see there's kind of some lift that's on there. See that? So curious. You can see my fan. So not for long. And then we've got the stretch goals that came along with it that we're going to take a look at as well. Cut that light. There. Now you can't see that light. You'll see things a little bit better, I guess. Okay. Once we get the plastics off, I'll turn it back on so we can get some more decent light up in here. I think you need. I know, right? I think I might need coffee now. So let's pop all this off, and let's see what Adam has brought before us. Adam, sir, what have you brought before us? Lid lift. Ooh. Nemesis Lockdown is a sequel to the acclaimed Nemesis board game. The space survival horror experience is 1 to 5 players confronts you with a new adventure that expands upon the established immersive rules. It also offers a new way of getting into the world of Nemesis. They say the crash messed up my head. They say I'm hallucinating due to everything I experienced aboard Nemesis. So this is like the next part of that. But whenever I put my ear to the naked red rock, I can hear something. There are echoes deep in this planet, full of hunger and rage. Soon we will awaken them, the vengeful ghosts from the old days of Mars. I need to escape before it happens. When faced with the ultimate horror, will you trust your companions? No. So 14 plus, 60, 180, 1 to 5 players. This is a standalone game. You do not need the original Nemesis game in order to play Nemesis Lockdown. Good to know, good to know. Hey, Scott, what's going on? Lid lift. Lid lift. 26 high quality miniatures. This says high quality. We're gonna put that to the test. 350 plus cards, 20 cardboard room tiles, 250 plus other components, and a 2-sided cardboard map with plastic inserts. So let's see how this goes. Let's pop it open. It means Canje has punching to do. That's what it does mean. Oh man. Okay, so we've got the game manual. Big thing first. There is a table of contents on here. Second thing to check. There is not an index. But they do have the room sheet, so there's not an index. Why is an index a hard concept? Anyway, I think indexes are more helpful than table of contents, to be honest. But it's pretty expansive. Looks like it gives a game intro of what happened. Tells you the components that you're getting in there, shows the map. It shows kind of game setup. How to set up the board. There's the larva, creeper, adult, breeder, and queen. So typical Nemesis. I'll have to read through this to see, how all this goes and how the flow of the game is and how is it different from the other Nemesis. We don't know, but I know the actions are still the same where you have to pay costs and cards to do stuff. So we'll see what changed. But that is the book. We've got the room breakdown. So rules summary in a short. So we've got rules summaries that are kind of broken through here to say the different methods of play, how you combat, what you need to do, which is great. But it also has room sheets that tell you what each room does, which the other one did as well. So it looks like for both of them. We've got the lab, research object, Night Stalker. So this is the weakness board. That's what this is. This is the weakness board. So you can see it's like the other Nemesis where they had you're discovering the weaknesses of the aliens to be able to fight them better. That gives you buffs. So that's that. And it's punch out plastic that's on here. It's double-sided. It's double-sided. Wait. On this? Oh, it's research in okay, so this one says interesting. This one says research object Night Stalkers. And then it has the same stuff on there, and then when you flip it over, research object intruders. And it has the same, and this has some an additional analyze object slot that's on here as well. So that plays into it. We'll pop that open in a second. This is the game board. We're going to take a look at that. Hey, look, it comes with a bag. It comes with the same, this is to check to see if you're infected. The contamination decoder piece thing. So you're supposed to pop this, open a lid, and slide the card in there to see if you're infected or not. I despise these only because I'm old, right? And my eyes are just like, ugh. So, but I kind of despise the red hidden thing now. On the back, it does says, however, infection procedure. If one of the contamination cards you have just scanned was infected, do the following. If you have a larva on your character board, you die. Place a creeper in the room you were in. If you do not have a larva on your character board, place one here. So, insta-death is still a thing. We get a bag. Can I stick my hand in it? It's not too bad. It's a pretty decent-sized bag. I'm 6'1", so, you know, I could stick my whole hand in it. It's not too bad. The other bag was super tiny, so this one's a little bit better. Got Nemesis on it. Decent size, decent bag. They got some silica gel, some extra bags for storing stuff, which is great. And then I got a little bit of damage that went on here from packing, it looks like. So it looks like these come out. So we got our tokens. We got these lovely, lovely red, damage tokens. We got some dice to roll. These are new. What's this orange die for? So I'm gonna have to look in to see what the orange. This is targeting. So it looks like they added some stuff to the targeting die, which I can show. So I don't know if you've ever played Nemesis. This is whether you hit or not. So hit. This looks like a double hit, and there's like a pay a card cost. I've never seen that one before. The one that I will be rolling the most, the miss. If you fire, you do a damage if the creature's this or lower. Those two that are on there. So they added some new hits on there. They gave you 2 die of that. This looks like it might be the noise die, but they added this new thing on here. You see that? I'm not sure what that's for, but we'll have to read and see. But they added some more stuff that's going on, so that is the dice that are on there. If you put these are the broken malfunction tokens. So from the original game, standy blocks to put your minions on. Fire tokens, more fire tokens for when things catch on fire. And they are the shape on there. They are acrylic. These are the warnings, the noise tokens. So the warning noise tokens, just like the first game. These are the usual things that you see. I've seen those. But these two are something that builds on some type of tracker. So we're going to leave these out just in case we need to put the tracker together and see where that goes. Let's see what else we got. We've got the player stands where you put your small cards. It's there. Oh, and here's our new companions. Let me give us a name of who these are. I can look on the website to see what it is, but let me just check real quick. See if it gives a name so we can rattle those off. Rattle off the name of our survivors, who they will be. So it is the survivor, somebody's missing. Because there's 6 of them. Well, there's 6 of them here. Okay, this is the survivor. Who are you? You are the janitor. This is the janitor. This is the lab rat. This is the sentry. This is the hacker. And this is the xenobiologist that's on here. So I'll not give you a little better view. So this is the survivor. There we go. That's what she looks like. Turn the light back on, give it a look here. This is the janitor. On here. Man's got a blowtorch, because that's how you clean stuff with fire. He's got a pretty wicked beard on there too, so he might be fun to paint. This is the lab rat. I don't think she has any arms. She must be in a straitjacket. So that's the lab rat. So she's leaning on like a door, basically. This is the Sentry. So he's kind of caped. The colors will come out when I paint him. Come on, show it. The colors will come out better when I paint him, but he's just kind of really masked up with a shawl on him. This is the Hacker. On here. Get a good look at him. And this is the Xenobiologist. Which I was so happy when they added this character. This is Xena, she's looking at something. Got a robotic arm behind her. Then we have... Ooh, this thing looks wicked. What is this? Is this a larva? Or... This is a creeper. Creeper! Creeping. Look at this thing. It's crazy looking. That's a creeper. There are 3 types of creepers. There is that one, and then 2 of these ones that have wings. It looks like they're just kind of running on their 4 legs. Tail and a bone at the back. Got very alien-like features. So that's the creeper. What else do we have? We have adults. Gotta be careful when I pull them out since my last fiasco breaking a mini. Yeah, that is really cool looking. So this is the adult. Look at this thing. Oh, this thing's gonna be amazing to paint. Look at the face on this thing. Ah, freaked out. All right, so so far I see 2 adults that are here. So there are multiple types of adults. These are just 2 of them. The others are over here, which we'll get to. And then these here are the larvae, little tiny things. They look like Zerg. Look at that. That's his face like screaming out that, this is terrifying. All right, so those are the creepers, the larva, and 2 of the adults, and the 6 characters. So let's see what the others look like. Oh, the adults look amazing. Which one is the brood queen? This is the brood queen. These 2 are breeders, and the rest are adults. So there are... You saw the ones that were there. There are 4 types of adults. So the ones that you just saw. Then there are these ones. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, look at that. So that's the second type. The third of the adult. Look at that. It's got it like its tail or whatever that. Oh no, that's conduit. That's conduit that's hanging there. That is awesome. And it's just kind of hanging on the wall in a different pose. That's another adult. I need an adult. And then the final adult is these ones. It looks like it's the same creature, just in different poses to give it a little bit of variety. It's like doing the Spider-Man pointing at you. You, don't point at me. I'll point at you. Don't point at me. So the Spider-Man pose. Then there are the breeders, and there's 2 of them, which are more hulking. They're very spine-ridged and bone. Like, the detail on the skin is ridiculous. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can, but... Look at that. It's like very jagged, strong chitinous armor. That looks really, really great. Ah, that's a face. Ah. Okay. Let's see if I can put this back in. Right. Then there is the queen. Ooh, gotta be careful. There we go. Oh, it's like a worm thing. A worm. It's like a worm Kerrigan. So, this is the queen. Look at the eggs at the bottom on the base. I don't know if you want to know, Matt. I don't know if you want to know. But it looks, the minis are pretty spiffy. So those are the minis that are there. How did I have you? It had to have been, yep, it was like that. Okay. Then we've got the Night Stalker weakness deck. We'll pop these open so you can see what they look like, but there's stuff that fills them more silica. So this here. All right, let's go to the front with events. So there's a lot of stuff here. We can take a look at the art. Art. Those minis are amazing. All right, so the cards. First, let's talk about card quality. The image on the cards are beautiful. I'll hold it up so you can get a closer look. It's like radioactive dust. Your character gets one contamination card and a slime marker. Your character gets one contamination card. So this is Mars surface. So oh, that's what that symbol's for. You draw a surface card. It's Mars surface. So the card itself, it's a typical playing card. This is what you would get if you were playing, you know, like you're gonna play a game of solitaire with solitaire cards, base playing cards. That's what they are. There's nothing fantastic about them. They have a light gloss finish. They're very smooth to the touch, but I would highly recommend for the cards that you're going to be handling a lot, you should sleeve them. This does not seem like the type of card that's going to last with a lot of touch and pull and blemish on it. Because already now I see some that's happening from the oils of my skin just kind of touching the card itself. So they're not top-notch quality. They're typical playing card style cards. And this is what, but the imagery on them is beautiful. Look at that imagery. It's just kind of like this painted, this painted feel to it. So, looks like there's a lot of Mars cards. They all say something different. This one, I got a contamination card and a slime marker. This one, same. This one, each character on the Mars surface suffers one serious wound and discards a card item. Same there. Sun temperature drop. Resolve the danger effect. Whatever that means. Their solar flare. Each character on the Mars surface discards all ammo from their energy weapon. So these look like Mars surface cards that you're going to have to deal with that are on here with the Mars symbol. It's not mint anymore. These are Night Stalker attack cards, so similar to the Nemesis attack cards, where you draw them. If the type of alien's on here, then whatever it does, otherwise it doesn't. How much health they have, which is at the top, and that changes every single time you have to draw a card. So these are the Night Stalker cards. And the art on them is gorgeous, so I'll just kind of spin through them with you so you can see what they look like. So there's that. These are all Night Stalker cards. The hell is that? Ah, run! So like I said, at the back, all of them say Night Stalker. See? So these are the Night Stalker attack cards. But they all have different art on them to kind of change them up a little bit. And the art's beautiful. I mean, beautifully gruesome, but beautiful. A lot of infection going on here in this thing. There's that one to evolve. And then these are, so that's the Night Stalker deck. This is the events deck. They've got a nice little, I mean, it's, once again, it's still the same card quality, but they try to add a little bit of a sheen to it. I don't know if you see there, where you get that feeling, and then when you flip it over, it still has that same flair. It's not like a holographic image or anything that shifts. It's just a nice little sheen to it with the colors to make it look good. So these are the event cards that are on here. All these should be events. If you've played the base Nemesis game, you're well aware of events. So those are event cards. Events are things that just ruin your day. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the player cards for five players. There's the help. There's a help card for Night Stalker encounters. Ooh, so let me hold this up. And I would use my side cam, but it's annoying me, so I'm not going to use my side cam until I figure out how to use it properly. So Night Stalker encounters, it kind of gives you some stuff on what to do. And then if you flip the card over, help card for intruder bag development. So it tells you what happens when you draw a specific thing from an intruder token from the bag. And there should be 5 of these too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which goes to each player. There are help cards, lots and lots of help cards. There are help cards for contingencies, whatever that is. That's a new thing for me. So there's contingencies. So help cards for contingencies, for whatever that means. And a help card for crafting items. If you want to craft an item, that's what you need to craft them. So there should be 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we get to solo co-op mode. So these are the mission, the objective cards. And so if you want to play solo or co-op, you pull from these cards at random. The artwork is just gorgeous. So it looks like it gives you a lot of solo co-op cards, which are these. These are all solo co-op. And then these are the injury cards. So when you bust your knee, your guts, your eyes. Oh yeah, my eyes, your arms, your hand, you're bleeding. Your legs, your body. So these are all injuries that you can get while you're on there. These are called serious wounds. And they suck. Just to let you know, they do suck. Alright, so this is solo objectives. Let's see what we got next. We got regular objectives. I saw those in there. And it looks like we have something else going on. Always good to have a good solo mode. Yeah, agreed. I agree. So, computer action. So somehow a computer has actions that work with you at this base for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know how this game plays. I mean, I know how to play it, but I don't know what the computer actions does to help. But computer action A, B, C, D, E, and lockdown comes with you. So somehow these computer actions are going to play their way into the game. If you're in a room with a computer and in a section with power, choose and play one action card from the face-up computer action card. Discard the card and reveal another one. So it's doing stuff like move the rover, or peek at a chosen CSS token. Hope that's not me cascading style sheets. Or peek at all contingencies of any other player in the section as you are in. And as you switch, it does different stuff as you go through the different actions. And then looks like lockdown says, when a player reveals this card, they place a malfunction marker in their room. Reshuffle the computer deck, including the discard pile. So computer actions vary as you play. You just shuffle them up and I guess you draw one. That's actually a nice mechanic. The computer's screwing with you. So if you choose the janitor, so this is the character draft, and like I said, notice, I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me Like, notice on here as I turn it, there's like this awesome ominous glare to it. That's not my light, but it looks really good. The artwork has been done really well. It feels nice. It feels really nice. That's why I said sleeveless. So if you choose the Sentry, it tells you what it's the Sentry starting items. If you choose the Janitor, the Hacker, the Xenobiologist, the Lab Rat, the Survivor. So that's what these are. What are these bad boys? These are more events. So more events to have. I wonder why they split them up like this. I don't know, but I'm going to put them back together. So these are more events. I'll put these with the other events. Then there is Nemesis what? So these are corporate objectives. So if you're not playing solo or co-op, there are personal objective and corporate objectives. You get two. You get one personal, one corporate, and when the first Nemesis shows up, you get to pick which one you're going to do. Corporate, kill somebody on the ship, or do something terrible like blow it up. Personal, kill somebody on the ship, or blow up the ship, or make sure you're one of the survivors that get off the ship. That's kind of how this works when you're not doing, when it becomes competitive and not co-op. So that's what these two decks are. They're the personal and corporate objectives if you've played Nemesis at all. Cool. Thanks. All right, these look like these are the character ones. I'm gonna try my side cam to see if it's gonna be any better, if it's gonna be a jerk. If it's a jerk, I'm turning it off. Let's see. Side cam. Okay, so let's see if it works. Not being too much of a jerk. So it's a weird metabolism. It's on there. Let me see if I can. And if it focuses, it's kind of blurry. Okay. Like I said, I'm working on it. So this, if you're the lab rat, this is one of your cards that you get that's super blurry. Super blurry. I'm working on it. We'll go here. How about that? So you've got, if you're the lab rat, one of your starting cards could be that, or sensitive hearing, or feel of the dark. So far it looks like it's just that before it switches to another person, which means those decks are not complete yet. But it's those. If you are the survivor, you get cards with beautiful art that you probably won't see because it's a lot of greens that shine through. But you get a search. It looks like you get 2 searches, a rest card, a demolition card, interrupt, a repair, desperate attack, obstinate, events, and distraction. So let me explain these ones a little bit, and that might be a little bit helpful. So this means that you can use this with a weapon, and I say this because, like, you can see that small. That means you can use it with a weapon. This means how much extra cards does it cost to play this? So this is 0. So for instance, if I want to play Vents, I can't use a weapon when I play Vents. But if I want to play Vents, I have to commit another card to use it. So I'll say, I'm going to play Vents, and I'm going to put this card with, and I'm going to discard this card with it. And then I could do Vents, which lets me travel through the vent, just like on Nemesis. So those tell you the cost of things. And it looks like for the Survivor, there's not a lot of cost to do anything, which is interesting, like playstyle-wise. So that would be the Survivor's action. So I'm just in that order, and I think the Lab Rat was here. Then there are contamination cards. These are the red things that I hate, cards that you use. So when you have, where did I throw that thing? Here. When you have contamination cards, in the original Nemesis game, and this is what they look like, right? That's what they look like. So in the original Nemesis game, you don't know whether you're contaminated or not until you got to the science lab, and then you could check these cards to see if you were. So you would flip them between here, and it would say, see if I can make it show. You see how it translates all of them? You see if it says this word right here, infected, as soon as it says that, you die. Because it's like, oh, I'm infected, I'm dead. But if it doesn't say, let me see how much of them say infected. This one says it too. I'm just trying to find one that doesn't, because it'll show like these weird, all these different letters, and if it spells infected, which is kind of like gene code, you determine if you're dead or not. I was infected too. So you're gonna die a lot, but as soon as you see infected, you're done. So these are the contamination cards. Some of them say, a lot of them says infected, some of them don't. So you're gonna shuffle these, and when it says draw contamination, this is what you're gonna draw from, the contamination deck. So try not to get infected. Then we've got our pilot. I know if I put this under that light, because it's green, it's gonna be trash. So there's the pilot. Do we have a pilot? This is the pilot from the first game. Interesting. Unless we got a new pilot. Unless we got a new pilot mini. This is a pilot from the first game, so it's just this pilot on it. Do I have a pilot that I can select here? Let's see. The Xenobiologist, Hacker, Janitor, and Sentry. Nope. And this says pilot on it. Why? Because the pilot's from Nemesis. Why? I'm confused. I am so confused. Alright, so we've got the Sentry. So we've got Sentry abilities, and I'll just kind of place them on here so you can see. There's done, and this is their entire deck. This is not a deck builder. You just keep shuffling and drawing. That's all you keep doing, shuffling and drawing cards. So that is the Sentry. Sentry card here. Then we've got the Janitor. So playthrough in 30 minutes? Probably how I play. Cool, add cards to characters from the base. Yeah, I hope so, because I saw the pilot, but if it just has the pilot, that would be weird. Rest, demolition, corruption. It should work. It should work. I say that all the time as I roll dice. Emergency key, jerry rigging, maintenance plan, and clean up. And that is our janitor. Here, here. Then we've got our hacker. This is all green, so you won't be able to see anything on these cards. So the hacker has a nice set that's here because it's all green. Because the game hates me. That will be there. So those are the hacker cards. Then these are the xenobiologist cards. The reason why I love that they added her representation in a board game makes others feel good. Pairs. Vivisection. Field experience. Pheromones. Workspace plan. And rush analysis. That is the xenobiologist. And then the rest of the lab rat cards are here, which is search, rest, demolition, interruption, basic items, and inconspicuous. So that is all of them. But they gave me pilot cards. I'm gonna have to look up why that is. It's just that. There's no more. But it's pilot. Why? I feel like this is There's got to be something to this because there's 6 of them, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them. It may be stretch goal stuff. That might be stretch goal stuff, so let's find out. That might be stretch goal. We've got... It might be a new character that's in the stretch goals. When we get to that box, we'll see. Then we've got our Night Stalker weakness. So as you bring... In the first Nemesis game, as you bring eggs to the lab, you could scan the eggs, use them to find out a weakness for the Nemesis, for the creatures that you're going to fight the Nemesis. And those would help you fight them. It would discover a weakness that you can exploit to be a little bit more powerful. And there were 3 of them. Those were called weaknesses. So these are Night Stalkers that you're hunting, and these are their weaknesses. And it says stuff like, when your action causes the intruder's retreat, choose where it moves, don't draw an event card if you find that weakness. Or always resolve the lower value of surprise attacks, so you don't have to suffer. Using a glow stick during a melee action deals 2 injuries instead of 1 to the creature, so it can help you fight. So these are weaknesses that kind of help you deal with the monster that are out there. Then there are the different items based on what room you're in. And when I flip open the board, after I put all this up, I'll flip open the board so you can see what the board looks like. But basically, whatever's in those rooms are the item decks that you can search and pull from. And there are... What type of items? Lots of items. So there are these that like tables, and they have you could use them to build stronger things. Duct tape, reagents, emergency access, all these, and it costs the card to play. So items usually cost something. Sometimes they're free, but it costs something. So there are those types of items which are called technical. Those are technical items. These ones are medical. So these are medical items that can probably help you heal up stuff. That's all that's in here. So loading ammo into flamethrowers, a med kit to dress 1 serious wound. Dress means that you flip it so you don't suffer the effect. Heal means that you get rid of it. So if you have a serious wound, you have to dress it before you heal it. You can't just heal it straight up. So those are medical. I'm trying to be very careful with this. Like, oh my gosh, I've sliced all the cards. Man, what have you done? Okay, then these ones are crafted items. So whenever you craft, you look in here and you get the crafted item and see what it does, right? So crafted items have special things that work. These cards are actually pretty solid. They're playing cards, but they feel, like I said, they got a good gloss finish on them that makes them feel good to the touch. So these are, wow, there are a lot of crafted items. A lot of crafted items that you can get. Then there are military items that you can get. So military items, which can be a weapon battery. Hey, Cynthia, what's going on? I got distracted on that other channel. Hello. So there can be weapon batteries that are on there that you can get, or glow sticks, different types of things that you can use, but they're one-use items that are usually military items or one-use burns. All these items are usually one-use burns, but military definitely. Then you have their ability cards. So basically, activate this item in the archive. So if you go to the archive for the hacker, which is on the board, like I said, I'll flip it out. Once you get there, you spend 1 card and you unlock this. And when you unlock it, you get its ongoing ability. Well, you get this ability. One of them is ongoing and one of them is a one-time burn. So, like for his energy weapon. And this is a one-time burn that he has, which is green, so it's not really going to show that well. But let me see if I can make it show a little bit better here. So these are the unlocked abilities that you get for your character. There's that. There's the xenobiologist starting item, the janitor, the sentry, the... Why does it say soldier? What is happening? The scout, the lab rat, the scientist, the pilot, the mechanic, the captain. Ooh, did y'all screw up? They screwed up. They screwed up. They're supposed to have 2 starters. The survivor and the lab rat got soldier and scout cards, which go here, but they don't have starting cards. And that is all that's there. So I think I think delivery done messed up, because Sentry has starting item and the Sentry item. Janitor starting item, janitor item. Xenobiologist the same. Hacker the same. But the lab rat and the survivor don't have starting item. That doesn't seem right. Let me see the lab rat. Starting item. Isolation room. Starting knowledge 3. Starting... Oh no, they don't have one. They don't have one. It didn't mess up. It didn't mess up. Look. They didn't screw it up. If you look on choose lab rat, starting item, they don't have one. If I go to the xenobiologist... Hey Edgar, what's going on? So they have the probe item. So then if I go to the survivor, yep, they did it right. They didn't screw it up. They didn't screw it up. They did it right. Come on, focus. The survivor also does not have a starting item. Yeah, I was almost scared for a second. The survivor doesn't have a starting item, so that's okay. Woo! I'm about to say, brother, about to lose it. So there is, according to Edgar. Edgar says, Kickstarter says they made 10 pilot, 10 bounty hunter, and 10 CEO cards so they can be used in lockdown. So these are the 10 pilot cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So you can use them in lockdown if you want, which is added. Which is odd that they put the pilot in the base box. Yeah, which is odd that they put the pilot in the base box, but the bounty hunter and the CEO is probably in the stretch goals. That doesn't make sense. Why not put the pilot in the stretch goal? Anyway, whatever. So, there you go. There you go. So we've got that. We've got these. I will be sleeving these cards and giving them a good home back in the box. But that's good to know that they didn't miss anything, or else I would have been like, why? You had one job. One job. Let's put these back in here, and then we'll go. I'll keep these with them. Let's keep going. Got kind of scared for a second. Like, no. Okay. After I sleeve these, trust me, it's gonna fill up all this entire space. When realize how much sleeves take up. Let's see. You would not believe it. Now they have these push pins for you to like put stuff together, but I haven't seen anything that does that, which is strange. Very, very strange. Alright, go here, I believe. No, these went on top. Did they not? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, they probably have to. They have to go on top. Now I'm trying to remember how I took this stuff out. It would have to go like this. There we go. Then this stuff goes on top. Then this goes, I'll put these back. And this goes on top. those there right now. Bag right there. And let's take a look at all this other stuff that we haven't looked at yet. Sorry, you've been hiding after dessert. No, I didn't desert you, I promise. I promise. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a double-sided mat. So there you go. So let's see, what do we got? We've got corridors. So this is a station on Mars. There's computer cards that get placed here. That's where you put them. This track for something terrible to happen and events that happen along the way. I just popped in to see some of my favorite people are here. So there's that. There's the different corners. So there's a lot more chambers to go through, and we'll see all that stuff in a second when I punch all that out, and I'll open that up. Then it's a double-sided board. Ooh, what happened there? There we go. Like, what happened there? That was weird. So it's a double-sided board. That looks like it's the same. The computer cards go over here this time. These are air ducts. I know that from the last game. This power looks like different type of power symbols to determine if power is in the section or not. So powered stations, the same track that counts down. And there's an outside, so there are nodes that you can walk on here if you can see. You can actually exit the facility, get to these nodes, and then enter into another part of the facility to go through. So this one's actually kind of cool. It's like, it takes place, like on Mars, there's a lot more stuff going on. This is kind of a cool board. Very, very, very cool. So let me flip this back over. Yeah, this one's just one facility. So this one's just kind of one facility that you're dealing with here. But it's still powered sections. Here's blue, power, yellow, event, and air duct, and red power. So red power, yellow power, blue power as you move through the facility. Where you start? I'll figure it out when I read the rule book. Yeah, maybe power instead of engines, Matt, you're right. So like you'll have to check the power to see if it's on instead of checking the engines on the Nemesis. They have the ticker places here to denote how much is in each room, and the room cubes are smaller. I'm gonna leave this out right here. Let me flip to, if you can see this pretty well, that's cool. But let's open this up with this out so that when I pop off these cards, you can see how they set. Let's see here. Come on. Get in there. Get in. Is everybody cringing as I cut this? He's tearing it up. Don't let him. Okay. Rid of this. So we've got oh yeah, that's all because of the green. You can't really see it that well, so I'll hold it up here. So that's the sentry, which tells you what you can and can't do. Then what's in your left hand, right hand. If you sent the signal, 2 light wounds then lead to a serious wound. That's the mini, and if you get slimed. So typical that's on there. And I'm just kind of popping them out. We have the hacker. You'll never see this on there because it's all green, same thing. So it's just different art. But it's the same thing, but just different art. These are the boards themselves, so like this is what they look like. So this is the repository. Chill. Are you gonna be a jerk? There we go. Facilities workers start here, craft equipment. So facility workers start here at this repository location. And what you do from there is like you would come here and it would be placed wherever the game says for you to place it. But it's a repository, and when it would be upside down, and then when you flip it over, you deal with what's there. So that is one. I'll probably put that back. So there is that one. The isolation room. Lock yourself. Okay. I don't know what that means. Backup battery supply, restore power. So that's interesting. Dead people tokens. There is Lab Rat. See some more art. They all do the same action. They all do the same, like, not their cards are different, but the basic actions and stuff they can do are all the same. The Xenobiologist, which I will probably be playing. These are what you get. You like flip them over and you put them on each of these. So when you go into a room, you flip it over to see what it says. And it could be something's on fire, something terrible's happening. It's typical. The Survivor. The Janitor. The Janitor. And has a flamethrower. What are you doing as a janitor? Anyway. Kill all who did not send the signal. What is this awful thing? Kill all in CSS pods. Kill all who have 4 or less knowledge. Good. Great. Then we got some more cards here before getting into tokens that go into the bag. So I'll put those. You can see the tokens from there. I'm sure that's not any. Oh, there's the. So there is the surgery room that you can see through because it's all green. Contaminated room that you can sort of see through because part of it's green. The cargo systems C room. Enter the CSS pod. Testing lab, which probably you won't be able to see all of it because it's green. So that is more of the facility. Then there's these things. These are the tickers I was talking about. So where do they fit in? Ooh, they fit in this. Okay. So I'll have to put those together. There is the first player token, which is always a kitty. Always a cat. Always, always. Looks like a raccoon this time. But it's always a cat. That's the first player marker. There's the guard room, defense control room, vent control room, CSS control room, cargo sending systems. There's no launch, launch A, B, C, launch all. And then I guess these are the knowledge tracks possibly that you need to do. There is an ROV. So there's an ROV that you could probably use to drive around. Everything will be sanitized forever. Emergency room, there's the nest, typical like Nemesis. The lab, the cave entrance, and the cargo sending system A. And then eggs that go onto the hive. Or the nest. They're eggs in the nest. Those eggs are what you take to the lab to discover the weaknesses. Transmitter control room, decon room, power generator, cooling system, and the archive. And then there are doors, but I have printed doors that I will be painting and using instead of those. And then there's an elevator that needs power. So the elevator goes someplace. Did I open everything? Okay. So that's that set. These will just kind of go probably in here. Yeah, those look in there. And I'll figure the rest of it. Like I said, I'll sort all this. Here. Put forward. Then we'll have lid dang man, lid lift. There will be lid lift on here. So we're going to the stretch goals box. So as I put this back on, there will be lid lift. You have no idea how I've struggled with saying that phrase just now. Then we get to the stretch goals. Lid, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, Adam, what you got? To play the Kythrid's expansion, you will need the Nemesis Lockdown or the original Nemesis game. So if you buy this expansion, you don't need Lockdown, but you do either need Lockdown or the original game. So if you have Nemesis, you can play this with it. To play the Carnomorphs, Void Seekers, or Aftermath characters in Nemesis Lockdown, you will need the corresponding expansion. So you'll need Carnomorphs, Void Seekers, Seeders, or Aftermath. I have Aftermath. I didn't want Carnomorphs or Void Seeders because they didn't add anything to gameplay. They just changed the aliens. That was it. And I'm like, I'm good with the Nemesis. I don't need those. So you get with it 22 high quality miniatures, 22, nice. 100 plus cards, 40 other components, and a plastic insert to go with what this is. So let's see what's in it. Does this have lid lift lid? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The lid, dang it, the lift on the lid. Don't want to read these rules? Watch the video. Learn-nemesis.com. There is a game introduction with a table of contents. It comes with that. There's the first player figure that you get a mini now instead of having just a regular old piece of cardboard. You get a mini rover. You actually get doors. More doors. I have more doors. Real fake doors. The Kythrid event phase talks about the types of Kythrid they are. All the rules that go with them, and then if you have the Void Seeders from the first Nemesis, there are the rules. If you have Carnomorphs from the first Nemesis, there you go with those rules. Cool. And then rules summary on the back that just tell you what to do. This is what I am so happy about. Yeah, he told me, Kate. So funny enough, so Barrett from Meet Me at the Table, he and I talk pretty regularly, and one of the things that he was saying was he found out that I was doing the unboxing, but he was waiting for his to come in, and so he was like, do your unboxing on Friday so I can see it because I'm super excited. I want to play this game. I want to see what it's about, so do your unboxing, and then I'll do mine. And I was like, I was like, cool, for you, sure. And then Kate was like, wait, you stream with Rob on Friday. You can't do that. So I was like, oh yeah. So I said I can't do it. He said he was going to get his in and do his video and chill with it, which is cool. But I am pumped about it. I love Barrett. Barrett's awesome. I am pumped for this. So I have Untold Stories 1, which you saw me play on a previous stream. I also got Untold Stories 2 earlier as wave 1 of this Kickstarter delivered because I want lore, a campaign, yes. So now Untold Stories 3 has come, which comes with more campaign. As you can see, it's basically a choose your own path while dealing with the game. So as you're going through, it's a comic that has choices that you have to make. And basically, it goes through that, then Mission 1 says, okay, we're in Mission 1, intro. Go through this stuff, read the story, set up the mission, and should you win, go to mission. And once you get the specific areas, like for instance, when it says if you get to the nest, read event 1, you would turn to event 1, and the comic would take place in there. You would have to deal with this resolved event, then you continue on the game. So the comic is mixed in with the game, and the events that you deal with happen just as they do. For Untold Stories 1, there was only 3 full missions, but it was a lot, right? And I translated some of Untold Stories so that you can all see that go through. I translated because I could only find it online in German, and I translated all of it myself. So then Mission 2. There's 2 missions. I don't want to spoil too much for myself. I love the story. Mission 3. Mission 4, okay, so it's more than the first one. Mission 5. Mission 6, okay, so this is a full-on campaign. And then the epilogue, which they spelled... I'm kind of mad at how they did epilogue. Epilogue, not like epilogue. But the epilogue also closes out the comic based on the decisions that you made. You go to a specific epilogue and see how the game ends for you. And there's multiple endings to this game. So this I am hyped about. Super hyped. So this is a new lab, which is broken. Oh, just how it is. So research carnomorphs or void seeders. So that's if you have that expansion. If you have that expansion and you want, that's the lab for that. This is the lab for the Scytherids board as well. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like this is specifically made for them with weaknesses and whatnot. There is a track somehow, whatever this is. Lovely, lovely little tokens that are on here. I can pull these up so you can kind of get a better look at them. They look like pockmarked things, which is kind of gross. More silica and stuff to put on there. Okay. Is this slime? Is that what this is? This is cool. Look at that. It's acrylic. It's acrylic. And I think it might be slime. That's pretty interesting. There are the doors that you have if someone's, so that you could paint them. It looks like there are cracks on them too. I wonder. Hold on. Holy crap. So basically what that means is it's either a closed door, this is really cool. I'll use these instead of my other doors. It's either a closed door, an open door where you remove it, or a destroyed door where you just pull the top off and you have a destroyed door, and that's what's there. It's just completely destroyed. That's cool. I like that they did this. This will replace the other doors that I have. Okay. This is a big door. It doesn't have a destroy on it, but it's a pretty big door. That's what this one is. But yeah, the destroy door mechanic I think is cool. It's like closed door, remove it, which is an open door, or it's a destroyed door and it's actually broken, so you can look at the pieces. It looks broken, so you can't close it. The creatures have destroyed them. That's freaking awesome. All right, let's see the type of monsters we're dealing with. So I can name them all for you after I get some water. I'll die. Yeah, I knew Barrett was doing his though, but that's awesome. I'm glad he was able to get them out. All right, so we have Stinkhorns. This is a Stinkhorn, Einhorn. So this is a Stinkhorn. Oh, it's got like little suction things. I'm gonna vomit. That is awesome. So this is a Stinkhorn. And this is another Stinkhorn. Terrifying things I've ever seen in my life. Come on, come on. There we go. So you see the suctions at the bottom. Its mouth's all splayed out. I want to eat your face, type of thing. So that's those. So those are Stinkhorns. There are death caps. What is this? Anyway, death caps. Looks like mushroomed things. It's like growing on a door. You see the doors? It's like grown through the door. And they're called death caps. Little pustules and stuff that are there, and mushroom stuff. Those are death caps. There is the Scythrid Queen. Mother of God. What? So let's get a picture of the Scythrid Queen for you all to see. So this is the Scythrid Queen. I don't even remotely know how to paint this. Like what colors to use. It'll be yellows and oranges and browns for sure. Got like a butthole or something, whatever that is. It's a circle that's at the back of it. It could only be the butt. But yeah, this is the queen of the Scythrid. Terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. There are Scythrid green germinators. So this is just like a cube of nasty. There is purple ones as well. The same exact thing, they're just purple. Let me see if I can pull one out. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there, yeah. Like I'm just trying to get my dog from under the table. Come here. Come here, you little bastard. Let's see. Okay, so they're the exact same thing. It's just as purple. I don't know if it's dye or just a thing that you get, but those are called germinators. These are called mycelia markers, but you can use them for slime, I assume. These are spore markers. They are so basically the bag has death cap, stink horns, the queen, and blank tokens, and then there's a Kythrid queen board, which is this big circle. This is the queen board. Okay. There should be more in here. Ah, little guy. Instead of using the rover, which is just the cardboard rover, they gave you a rover mini. This thing's pretty cool. So a little mini rover. I'm gonna paint it red, so then you know, red rover. Anyway, so this will be this is the rover, which looks pretty cool. They flattened the bottom so it could sit properly, which I don't really think they had to. They could have left it circular, but I don't work for Awakened Realms. That's that. The main gate, that's what this big one is. 11 doors. The first player, so remember it was the cardboard one. This is, there it is. You can see it's the same thing as the cardboard one. It was a cat all the time, so now it's a raccoon. For the previous expansion, it was a kitty. Yes, yes. Your sadness gives me fuel. So let's see what we got. So these are the cards. This is the reason why I found it strange. And I know Edgar was like, they said they included it so you can play with the other cards. This is the reason why I found it strange. The medic cards, the CEO, and all the cards for the aftermath are here. These are the ones that you can use for lockdown instead of on the Nemesis ship, right? Here is the medic, the android. Here are all their action cards, all updated. The character draft cards that are on here, the event cards that get added, the event cards which I'm going to open up to see for this, but that's all this stuff. Why didn't they put the pilot in here too? I don't get it. Anyway, what do I know? Like, what happens if it's like, okay, well, these are stretch goals. Cool. What happens if I have Aftermath and I don't have the stretch goals? What happens then? Can I not play Aftermath characters in Lockdown because you didn't include them in the main box? That's why I'm confused. It's either include all of them in the main box, especially Aftermath, if you have Aftermath the game anyway, instead of having me to go hunt this down to be able to play Aftermath characters in Lockdown. Put all of it in the main box, or put all of it in the stretch goal box. Don't mix it up. It's weird. So these are the events that will happen for this set that's on here. So these are all the events. Fire, you know, that always helps. That always makes things better, right? Fire. So I'll sleeve these and put them in the main box and see if they fit. Personal goals. This is what I was talking about if you don't play co-op. I think it's because their original decks don't work in Lockdown, but the other ones do. So you're saying, like, well, that, once again, that doesn't make sense. Then why have these? Why have these ones if the other ones do? If Aftermath works, why give me these? So this is an interesting personal goal. This is my revenge. No facility worker can survive and the facility must be destroyed. You do not have to survive. That is a personal goal that you can take as an objective for this game. It tells you once again there's the intruder bag stuff, intruder bag development for this expansion that's on here, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 player stuff, more intruder bag development, and then the medic card. Once again, medic. The medic was something that came with Aftermath as a side character. It's in the stretch goal box. That makes sense. So you can use maybe you can use the medic cards, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if the medic's in there. I'm just trying to make sense of it because it's like it seems very disjointed. So the pilot can't play Lockdown. Therefore, they put the pilot in the base in the game so that you can play the pilot if you own Nemesis. So then none of these. Oh, look, the Android cards. So the Android can't play Lockdown either because these are Android cards. The Bounty Hunter cards, like Edgar was saying, they put the Android, the Bounty Hunter, and the pilot so that you can so that you're able to play them, right? Aftermath is Nemesis stuff, not Lockdown stuff. Right. I guess maybe I'm misunderstanding. Because because the other cards of the Aftermath can play. There's the Bounty Hunter, the Android, which goes on. There's the medic that's on there that you can use. And I'm assuming, if what is correct, the CEO should be in here too. Let's see. This is the Scythe attack deck. What these are. Really amazing art. That does not look fun. Guy's face is like oozing death. So then we go to the event. Some more event stuff. That's what all these event cards. Yeah, they're all events. Yeah, these are all events. And the cards are pretty. Like, very pretty. Very, very nice. Nicely done. There's a lot of green in all of them, so it's going to show weird on the camera, but they are beautiful. Like, look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this image. Look at that. That looks amazing. This looks like this guy's not having a great day. Like he needs to see his what's the skin doctor called? His dermatologist. That does not look good for him. Not even a little bit. These cards look amazing. Alright, let's put these down here. Medic start one. Is there anything under here? Lift this up. Nope. That was just stretch goals. Cool. You have Void Seer. The boards fall apart really well. This I'm super pumped about. I'm really pumped about Untold Stories. If you have Nemesis, get Untold Stories. It is worth it. Trust me. So that is Lockdown. Lockdown and its stretch goals that were delivered. I want to get this game to the table. I'm super pumped about it. Nemesis is awesome. I played all of Untold Stories 1. I need to play Untold Stories 2. If I could find the thing in PDF form, I can share the comic with you as I go instead of having to hold it up like I did. Translating it is a lot of work. So I'll keep looking for it, and hopefully if I can't find it, I might do the translations again for book 2 and book 3, but I don't know yet. But it's a lot of work to do. So we'll see. We will see. But that is the unboxing of Nemesis Lockdown. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. If you have this coming, I'll let you know that the first Nemesis game is amazing. I have it on my shelf over there. I purchased inserts that I had to put together myself for it, which work really great for what I have, and I think it's fantastic. There may be, if I am correct, let me see here. Go to here real quick. Lockdown. We'll see what we got to make sure everything kind of lined up with what our expectation was. The next thing I'm hopeful for is Alien Trespass Odyssey. Deliver that, I will be so happy. Nemesis Lock. Here it is. Boom. Okay, so let me share this screen. You all. And boom. Okay, so it says late pledge here, but you can't late pledge anymore. Second wave is shipping. And why back now? Because all the stuff that I just unboxed for you, you saw. The stretch goals you saw. It said new characters. Oh, the xenobiologist and the hacker. Yep, we did get them. So they started off with 4, and they added in the other 2 to make 6. So we did get that. And I did do the Nemesis Lockdown one, which just came with Lockdown and the stretch goals. But you can add in older games, as you saw before. The medic, if you didn't have it, which was until Stories 1 and 2, all that other stuff. So we got the survivor, the janitor, the lab rat, the guard. And then the backers got to choose what the aliens look like based on what they showed of drawings. So that's what we saw. The component board, cards beyond cards, and then unlock stretch goals. So these were daily unlocks, which was more of this, the xenobiologist, new serious wounds, the broken doors that come with stuff, and it looks like they're broken in different places, which I think is really cool. The Red Rover, the second side of the board, which was work in progress, Untold Stories 3, cardboard injury counters. So instead of getting the little red things and putting them on you, you have a counter to talk about your injuries. Okay. 5 living fungus models. Ugh. We did get those. We got, it said the IT specialist, but it became the hacker, as you can see. The Scytherids components, the Nemesis Distress digital game, which I believe I got that, but I haven't tried it out yet. We've seen these ones. Those are the green and purples that you saw. The first player token, which it used to be a cat, now it looks like it's a raccoon. A game soundtrack, digital product. This disc and box are used only for representative. If I didn't receive that, so I need that if it's digital to get it so that I can play that while we're playing the game. Then the Scytherids Queen. That's what it looks like. Just butthole of death. Let's see. So for Aftermath, when I was talking about Aftermath, so Nemesis core box came with the captain, the scout, the soldier, the scientist, the pilot, and the mechanic, which we've played, and you saw the different Nemesis that were out there and the component board of the ship. If you got Aftermath, let me see if they'll show Carnimorphs. Like I said, it doesn't add anything to Nemesis other than the aliens are different. More minis. I don't need that. But the medic is a standalone that came. I have the medic as well. Now, if you got Aftermath, Aftermath adds to Nemesis. So that's why I got it, because the Aftermath comes with the android, the bounty hunter, the psychologist, the CEO, and the convict. And it added another board, the shuttle board, that you can add to the game. It added more cards, more events, more everything. And then Void Seeders was the same thing as Carnomorphs, which is more minis. So if you want minis, Void Seeders. It doesn't add anything else to Nemesis other than more minis and how those minis work. But you don't need it. To me, I would tell you to get, if you're like, well, what can I get to play the game the way that I want to? Nemesis, Aftermath, and Lockdown. That's it. Those three. And from there, you can buy Untold Stories 1. Untold Stories 1 is the first of the campaign. That's the first one. It's 3 missions long. It's not long at all, but it's tough. So you're going to have to figure out how to make it work. Untold Stories 2, that's a different campaign that has to do with Aftermath, so you play through that however you want to resolve it however you want. And then this one came with Untold Stories 3. Excuse me. The Terran Cosmetics expansion, if you wanted that, once again, minis to make up for the cardboard. You don't need it if you don't want to. Stick with what you got and you're fine. The King's Cosmetic expansion, all it is minis. More, but they're bigger minis for you to play in your game. You don't need it. But it's for Void Seeder King, Intruder King, and the Carnomorph King. That goes with the Queen, right? So you get those if you want. Then, like I said, for all the different ones, there were cats. They were all cats. There was Catanaut, Catamorph, Catatruder, Void Cat. So if you got Void Seeders, you got Void Cat. If you got Carnomorphs, you got Catamorph. If you got the main Nemesis game, it's Catanaut. And if you got Aftermath, it was Catruder. So once again, it was always cats, now it's a raccoon. But nice things to have, you don't need them, right? So you can choose which ones you want to get. And these great group of content creators made a lot of really great content around those games for them to come out. So yeah, I just got locked down because that's all I needed, and I had everything else, which was fine. I didn't need the Void Seeders or anything like that for it. So that's what that is. Where does this take you to? This takes you to Game Found. Okay, so if you go into Game Found, it then says, you can buy the plush. I forgot the name of that company already. It slipped out of my head. But they make cardboard inserts. I forgot what they're called. And they're gonna be pissed at me because I forgot what they're called. But they make really good cardboard inserts. So, let's see if I can find where those are. Sundrop for people who like Sundrop stuff. The Untold Stories, which was $8.90, wasn't too bad. Neoprene. I did not get neoprene for this. I'm sad. Here we go. This company. I keep forgetting their name. I really do. But they make really good quality inserts. So it's fantastic. And I cannot remember their name to save my life. Let's see if their name is on here. E-Raptor. E-Raptor. That's the name of them. E-Raptor. E-Raptor makes really good quality minis. I bought an E-Raptor insert for Tainted Grail, which I sold with the game that I sold, but it comes with, they're really solid. It's a really solid insert. So if you wanted to get those are available as well. And then card sleeves, but I've got card sleeves, so I'm fine. I think, was this the one that, yeah, they offered you painted minis, so you can buy them painted. Rob's main sponsor. I know Edgar, right? He's got everything E-Raptor. But you can get, if you hate painting minis, once you bought them, you could have got them all painted and given to you. And then just kind of like the Catanaut plushie and all that other stuff. So, yeah, that is pretty much that. That is the unboxing of Nemesis Lockdown. I have to read through the rule book, figure it out, and then I'll do a playthrough on the channel for everybody to see what it's like. I'm sure others will do that as well. Others really great content creators will do that as well, which is fine. But I want to play it. I want to see what it's like. I want to try it out. I would like to try the Scytherids as well as the Night Stalkers to see how they play different or how the thing goes. And we'll see how it goes from there. So, thank you so much for joining. This has been great. This has been a fun unboxing. I made it just for the end. Hey, Brian, pull up a chair and then get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is yeah. So I hope those who like Nemesis can try this out and see what it's like and see if they enjoy it, because it is a pretty it's a fun game. Nemesis is fun. I enjoy it. I think it's fun co-op. I don't like competitive games. I like competitive games that are like who gets the high score win. I don't like the backstabby competitive game. Which is why I like Terraforming Mars. It's competitive, but it's a high score competitive, so it's all in good fun. Nemesis competitive is like I think when I was first learning it, I went on there's a tabletop simulator group that is out on Discord. And I joined one of their games and they taught me how to play it. And we played the kind of like the competitive mode. And it for me, I didn't enjoy it because like two people were arguing about stuff like you can't do that. Well, yeah, I can, but I can't tell you how I can do that. Or why would you do that? That's gonna mess everybody else up. Yeah, I know, and it got weird. And so therefore it made me kind of say I don't want to play competitive games that don't mean high score win. It's more where you're gonna have to backstab each other. It's not fun. It wasn't fun for me. But if you play it solo or co-op, it's a blast. I enjoy it completely. If you already have Nemesis, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you didn't hate it. I enjoy it so much. I feel like I'm gonna get the same type of vibes from Lockdown, and we'll see how that goes when I play it. But yeah, I don't think you'll ever. I think you've probably seen me play a competitive game once, and that was Game of Thrones, the board game, and it was fun, but it was okay, but it was fun. I won't buy the game. I don't know if I'd play it again. I don't know. I mean, I lost, and it was funny how I lost. I enjoyed losing. It was hilarious, and it became my name became a verb because of it. But I don't know if I'd play Game of Thrones competitive. Nah, I want to play fun stuff where we work together. I think that's a lot more fun. So okay, what's coming up? What's coming up? Tuesday, I'm playing all of Zephyrin from Unsettled. So tasks A, B, and C. Playing them all during one stream. Get the entire planet. Go through it all. So I know how to play Unsettled, but I don't know anything about the planet. So we'll be diving into it together. All I'm gonna do is just kind of sleeve the environment cards, and then we're just gonna play the game until we get through tasks A, B, and C. That was Tuesday. Thursday, Steven, Pac-Man, and I are going to play Gloom. So we're going to have some fun with that. And then Sunday, I believe I scheduled This War of Mine. So I'm going to grab one of the scenarios from Tales from Ruined City. I played 3 of them, so I have another one to play. And then after that, I'm going to start looking at Days of the Siege to get into that one to see how that plays. I don't know anything about it. We'll play that. Then next Tuesday we'll get into the next planet that's part of Unsettled and go through tasks A, B, and C and see where that goes. I think because next week's gonna be just 3 streams, and I think I got a lot of other stuff going on that I need to get taken care of. But then the week after, it'll be Unsettled. It'll be some throwback game for our Thursday play. Friday, we'll be playing Gloomhaven Digital with Rob from Rob's Gaming Table. Saturday, I'm playing a game with One Stop Co-op Shop with Barrington Steve. Then Sunday, I'm playing another game. So next week, not the week after that, is where you're going to see a lot more streams like you did this week. And we'll see how that goes from there. And there is Lord of the Rings that I'm playing with Kate, who's teaching me how to play. We're going to play that game. That's going to be a lot of fun. There's just a lot of stuff coming to the channel, so stick around. More Kickstarters are delivering. I've got Great Wall that I'm trying to learn how to play so that I can bring that to the table to show you the solo mode of Great Wall from Awakened Realms. There is Genotype that I need to learn how to play. There is Project L that's supposed to be this Sunday, not this War of Mine. Project L is this Sunday. This War of Mine is next Sunday. So I'll be playing Project L tomorrow, and I think that's all of it. So wait, Canje has a real life too. If I could stream plays, like if I didn't have to worry about money, food, clothing, and shelter, and schooling for my child, I think that I would be playing. You would see me playing a board game every day, but that's like retirement goals. When I retire, um, that's probably I'll probably still be streaming then too. But when I retire, that's when you'll see me. Like it'll be an old Canje on there, just like you've got to move the token over on the left. Some real raspy voice. I've heard Canje isn't his real name. Shh, Matt, you'll give away the secret. You'll give away the secret. So, you'll all see me, but yeah. So this week coming up, it'll just be 3 streams. Next week, it'll probably be like 5 or 6. So we'll see, and we'll have a good time while we're at it because I enjoyed being at the table with all of you. I love y'all, and thank you so much for joining. I hope you appreciate it. If you like what you saw, hit like, hit subscribe to get alerted to what's coming up when you hit the bell. And the Patreon's down below. It's a great group of people who are fantastic and wonderful, and I love them so much. So join the fam, and we'll see where it goes. Other than that, that's all I got, folks. So I will see you all tomorrow for Project L. Other than that, insert comment or slogan here. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.